the NFL, and I have some great Malkins moments. Actually, a truly heartwarming Malkins moment as well that I'm going to touch on. You don't want to miss it. Absolutely sensational story, heartwarming story. But first, with the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, of course, drafted 5th overall 2 years ago. And yesterday was day one of their mandatory minicamp out of Miami. And according to reports, the coaching staff, they wanted Tua Tagovailoa to be a little bit more aggressive, and it resulted in him throwing 5 interceptions in yesterday's minicamp. Now, normally, most of the time, I don't try to make bold proclamations after practices. I try and stay away from that. Allen Iverson, we're talking about practice, man. Not the game, practice. So I normally try and stay away from practice because typically coaches are praising profusely their quarterbacks. They're saying glowing remarks about them. They're singing praises to the heavens for them. They're writing symphonies and writing hymns to honor and to glorify these players in practice all the time. All these players were fantastic in practice. That's normally what happens. They embellish all the time. And that's why, to me, this is significant, because if you're highlighting that the very first practice that your supposed face of the franchise, your franchise quarterback in his second year, if you're highlighting his inaccuracies and the fact that he threw 5 interceptions in his first day back at minicamp, that could be a tell sign. That could be a harbinger for some bad things to come. And again, I don't like to overreact to practices. I try not to do that because it's hard to glean a whole lot from practices. But when there are negative reports out of practice, that's when I get concerned and I get worried. And to me, again, I'm not saying that Tua Tagovailoa is not going to succeed in the NFL. I hope he does. He has a great story, great kid out of Hawaii, battling through. He stepped in for Jalen Hurts in the college football championship game, won Alabama the game in the second half, actually connected with Devontae Smith, ironically enough, for that touchdown pass. He had to undergo hip surgery, and he's been battling back. He's had a number of ankle injuries that he's been dealing with. So I give him a lot of credit, and I'm genuinely happy for him that he's reached this point in the NFL. But at the same time, this is not a great sign. And I want him to succeed. I do want him to succeed. But when these reports come out that you're struggling and you're performing poorly to start minicamp in your second season, that's not good. And again, I understand that the Dolphins defense is legitimate and they're good. Listen, Xavier Howard led the NFL in interceptions last year with 10. I like Christian Wilkins. They just drafted this kid out of Miami, Jalen Phillips. I like him. Jerome Baker, Byron Jones, who they got from the Dallas Cowboys. I like this defense. I understand they are a legitimate top-tier defense in the NFL. They showed it last year. Even Raekwon Smith. I like this team, or Davis rather. But I think that if you're the coaching staff, what are you thinking? How are you feeling after you see that? Are you feeling more encouraged and confident? I don't know if I would be feeling more confident after that at all. So, again, the biggest criticism for Tua, what was it his rookie season? He couldn't hit the deep ball. He wouldn't even take a chance on the deep ball. Was very conservative. Brian Flores and that coaching staff never opened up the playbook for him. Now, at the time, we thought it was because they were trying to preserve him in some sense, perhaps protect him as he's rehabbing his hip. But perhaps they were limiting the playbook because he wasn't capable of executing a more complex offense and a more convoluted offense. I don't know. So that concerns me. So I don't like this report right now. Again, wishing him the best. I don't want to overreact to it and make some bold proclamation and claim, but this isn't a good sign if you're the Dolphins and if you're Tua. He's got to figure it out these next couple of days. And I know they were playing in in rainy conditions. I get it. In torrential conditions, I get it. But want to see more. Even if he's not going to end up being great, what I want to hear is he had a fantastic day throwing the ball at minicamp. And then, okay, then we'll see what happens to start the season. Okay.